What's up, everybody? This is Penn, and this is going to be my Xbox Series X first impressions revisited. Reason being is because my live stream got entirely blocked because I did my face cam, had no audio, showed some of my favorite boxer clips, and I actually did a live stream regarding this. And so I think it's just best to do just a separate video on this. All right. So for those of you that know, for home theater, when it comes to the gaming side of things, I recently purchased an Xbox Series X because I wanted to get away from PC gaming, whether it was at the couch, recliner, or at the desk. Even though the graphics and performance was better with my RTX 3080, I found that there was quite a bit of inconsistency going on. And I wanted something simplified, something plug and play, something in which I didn't have to worry about drivers. I can just turn on my controller, sit about 5.5 feet from a 65-inch screen, enjoy my Dolby Surround and Atmos setup, and everything works as intended and as expected. So that's where the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X come into play. Now, I'm going to go to my games and apps. So these are the games that I currently own. If I go to full library, go to own games, this is the updated list for those of you that caught the live stream when it was public and available. Here's the games that you see right here. Now, this is Battlefield, this is Biomutant, this is Call of Duty, Diablo, Metro Exodus, Gears of War Ultimate Edition. I got Gears of War 2, 3, 4, and I got Gears 5. I do plan on playing through the entire series, just not back to back, just to avoid burnout. And I like to mix things up when it comes to my entertainment setup. Also have NBA 2K23. I originally purchased this back on PS5, never played it, just never got a chance to. So many games out and single player experiences and multiplayer, it was just on the back burner. So I purchased this on PS5 for cheap. It was real cheap recently on the Series X for like $6. Went ahead and got it. Got Overwatch 2, got my settings dialed in, ready to go on that. And I got UFC 4. So this is what I have so far. Now, I am a member of Game Pass Ultimate, which means you get the full benefit of the Series X or S console. All of these, I could play. I can either install or I can play via cloud. This isn't going to be my method in terms of consumption when it comes to playing video games. I still do like to purchase my digital content in the gaming space and actually have my own library. But this is another option for those that want it, just want to try some things out without purchasing it or whatever. But what I do, I'll come in here and individually select what I want and I'll just purchase that. I just feel as though this is easier to manage than something like this, to where titles may be leaving 1 month, going out, constant rotation. I'd rather just purchase it so that way if I want to replay again, I can just re-download it due to my gigabit Ethernet connection. So EA Plays included, games will go. There's deals with that. Got the owned apps for DTS and Dolby. And there's the Ubisoft Plus, which I'm not going to subscribe to, but I understand. Now, if you look at the storage of what's going on here, I have a little bit over 400 gigs free. So I got 48% in terms of my overall usage. That's pretty much halfway. So what I did was go out and purchase the 2 TB NVMe specifically for the Series X. Reason being is because going forward, all third-party games I will be playing on the Series X because it outputs a Dolby Vision image and it gives me a Dolby Atmos signal, even though it may not be native, even though it may be using an up mixer. I still like that audio codec, and just the combination of Dolby Vision and Atmos on the Xbox Series X, it gives a more consistent experience when it comes to my home theater and my entertainment setup. So that's where I'll be going from that. Now, when you start all the way from the bottom when it comes to a new platform, you're going to start from the bottom. So I have to build my library. The games I have installed, I got the Gear series, Metro Exodus, Asphalt Legends. I should have Gears of War Ultimate Edition completed by Friday. I'm off Friday, and I can move on and get back into my multiplayer titles, and then get back into my single player titles a little bit afterwards. So that's where I'm going here. In terms of the dashboard, the user interface, I'm definitely getting more accustomed to it. Definitely it's a Microsoft Windows themed look, you know, nothing surprising here. They are having a ultimate game sale, which I'm going to get into, which is a good thing. But it shows my titles down here, and also if I go up, it's going to show what's on the home page. So that's cool. So any one of these I can click in and I can start a title. And I did go in last night into Overwatch 2 just to dial in my settings, just so when I'm going to be playing that, I'm already set to go. My main is Bastion, and that's a character that you've seen in my live stream some previously on my channel. So be sure to check out my gaming content for sure. All right, so I'm going to go into the settings here. I'm going to go into TV and display options. Now, I no longer have this hooked to the capture card, but even with the Xbox, the Xbox stream or share, generally because I have it hooked up through the share feature on the Xbox, everything's going to be green. Besides, your TV doesn't support HDR10 video, because when you're doing the Xbox stream and I have my OBS set up, it doesn't support HDR10 natively, which is surprisingly because it supports Dolby Vision. But after this video ends, I have all my check marks. So this is something to do with the specific application. Don't know the specifics, but it is what it is. I have 4K UHD at 120 hertz. My video modes, I have everything checked here besides allow YCC 422. This is if you're having issue displaying 4K content on some televisions. I don't have an issue. My LG C2 OLED 65-inch does a beautiful job at displaying the imagery. And allow Dolby Vision and Dolby Vision for gaming, which I love that as well. Video fidelity and overscan, I have this on all auto detect, color depth 30 bits, 10 bit, color space recommended. And in my home theater setup, it may show some excess. Okay. So my setup supports stereo uncompressed 5.1, 7.1. The C2 OLED doesn't natively support DTS codec or DTS:X, but I am running the Dolby Atmos for home theater, so I am using that. And right now, my speaker audio is set to headset format because I am using the Xbox Share to make this video with OBS. Once this video ends and I stop the share, that speaker audio where it says HDMI audio, it will say Dolby Atmos for home theater. And you will see that on my previous video where I showed off my setup featuring Rui Pro. So I have everything set up. For now on, any major third-party titles, I'm getting it on the X because it gives me that Dolby Vision output and that Dolby Atmos. So Now let's get into the store. I think they don't do a good job in terms of advertising their first party lineup for some of their recent games that's going to be coming out, like Starfield or Redfall. I believe those should still be on the homepage. No, let me do this. Let me back out. Let me go to the store. So that Exo Primal, that's pretty new. I believe that just came out. But this Ultimate Game Sale is where a lot of people is going to be spending their time at, I will assume, if they're interested in purchasing their title still, instead of streaming or having it be like it's a subscription service. So this is where I bought 2K. That Hogwarts isn't really much of a deal, to be honest. Play Ghostwire Tokyo on PC, ran beautifully, didn't have any issues. You know, decent game. But here, these are nice sales, because when I first got the X, I was wondering, okay, well, are the sales going to be as good as the PlayStation 5? Is it going to match? And now that I have both consoles, again, certainly, let me not have that sound included. You know, I don't want them shutting down this video like they did my previous live stream. Crazy. But yeah, I went in here, I did a wish list, and I had to stop myself from going ham, from going crazy. I have a list here. Let me see. Wish list. I have 56 items on this wish list. Haven't purchased everything because I'm trying to complete more titles than buy at the moment, but you can come through and easily rack up. Go through your wish list. The console notifies you on, which titles have discounts and sales. And yes, I'm getting the new Madden 24 on the X because I need that Dolby Vision and that Dolby Atmos and all that. But similar to my PlayStation 5, it solves the problem in terms of a simplified experience, being able to just plug and play. My games don't crash, they run, and things like that. And it's all types of content that's on this device. The issue with Xbox, I believe, isn't their second party or their third party necessarily. I believe it comes down to that first party lineup, to where if it's the most powerful console in the world, really showcase that first party. Games like Redfall isn't pushing the industry. Starfield looks like they put some soul into it, but we'll have to see once that drops. Just the overall quality control on first party, I believe, that's their issue. But when it comes to everything else, the console does this job, I will say. And I recently, picked up the Battlefield 2042 Elite Edition, and I haven't started that yet. So I'm going to be getting to that as well. So let's talk about now my experiences. I have been looking up issues with your Xbox Series S controller randomly disconnecting. It never did that on Diablo 4. When I was playing Gears of War Ultimate Edition, that's when it had started. To make a long story short, my T-Mobile 5G home internet is directly in front of my PlayStation 5 and my Xbox Series X. And it seems as though it was interfering with the Xbox console in terms of the Bluetooth and that whole wireless connection thing it has going on. So when I had turned that off and I did an experiment, my controller disconnected a lot less. It still disconnected last night, but I think there's some type of battery information reporting mismatching to where I have rechargeable batteries. I went out and bought the official Microsoft or Xbox rechargeable batteries. And so far, they have been working pretty well. Not the best, PlayStation got that feature down pack. They work flawlessly on PlayStation. On my experience with Xbox, they have some issues, but it's 95% there. So the goal was to stop the disconnect, and I solved that for 95% of my PlayStation play session by turning off my T-Mobile 5G home internet. That was my solution. I will be giving an update in the future. So didn't want to make this too long for you guys. This is Penn signing out. Thank you for watching. Peace out. Happy gaming and happy streaming. Goodbye.